Oh,
Oh,
now it's live.
there we go. Score.
Yeah,
I gotta follow this.
just fucking working and doing the same old shit. I'm working right now.
I see you got all that. You're doing like farmland stuff up there now, man.
I've been doing that, son. I started that shit last year.
Yeah, well, it's all like developed and legit looking.
It looked like that last year.
See, dude, I'm so like I'm never on Facebook and shit anymore.
Well,
I
do you
I
remember all
missed
that?
everything.
Do you remember all that dirt that Josh got last season, Dems? Like he had all this dirt just piled up at his house.
Yeah, I seen one
That's the
picture. I
that's
do
the
remember
farm.
that.
That's the farm. All that dirt's the farm.
Yep.
Jeez,
That was a lot of work, man. I did it all by myself too, no help.
when did you get them ducks?
How long ago? A couple months ago, I got them.
Yeah, like 2 months ago, they came and hatched them.
They didn't hatch them. They came in the mail already hatched.
Oh, okay.
They're fucking huge, man. Those dogs got big quick. The chickens didn't get as big. Like they're getting big, but they're not as quick as the fucking ducks are. But god damn,
Jeez.
getting big.
I
Man.
like the ducks, man. They look hilarious. They sound hilarious. They love splishing and splashing.
They got in that little pool I gave them today. They were splishing, splashing all over there. Fucking dude, they love water, man.
Well, they're ducks. It's like a duck to water.
They're a duck. They don't give a fuck.
See, I can't watching you do all that shit, man. And that's why I'm working on trying to own a house, and the one I was dealing with just fell through, so that sucks. But I see you doing all that shit, and I'm like, God damn, I need a yard, and I need to be able to do all that shit.
Get a yard, a dog.
That's
nice
it.
Wife.
You gotta have a white wife, though. Definitely a white wife. No Puerto Rican broad. The Puerto Rican broads, they're fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, but they let you. I'll keep that to my. This is a family channel.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't. I don't know, man. The Polish ones, they're good stock. You gotta have the good breeding stock.
That's good breeding stock right there. Nice.
Mine, she isn't very handy with anything.
They got Polish broads in Pittsburgh, don't they?
Oh hell yeah, dude! We got whole
man.
friggin' neighborhoods full of them.
There you go.
You go
to the Polish market, get yourself some kibasi, and then you talk to the Polish broads.
You go to I Hate God. What was it last night?
Dude, it was 2 nights ago, and it's funny as how you say it, because the morning of, I seen it. I'm like, that's right, I Hate God's playing tonight. And that dude, Paul, he was on my channel before you met him. He came on Metal Monday. He's the one that works for me. And me and him were talking about going to it, and then I completely forgot about it. And the next day, I see people posting.
Wasn't Sheer Terror playing that show?
Sheer Terror, Negative Approach.
Yeah, man, that's a good show right there.
That's a good fucking line. I thought you didn't like I Hate God.
Oh, I don't give a fuck about I Hate God. I give a fuck about Sheer Terror.
Oh, okay.
Negative Approach ain't bad either.
Dude, there was that Millville Music Festival that just happened on here, man. I am so out of touch with the Pittsburgh metal scene. I thought it was like shit. And I put pictures up. Me and my youngest son were walking up. We were going to Subway together. Yeah, and I'm walking by. I'm like, dude, I hear metal because I heard like double bass and I'm like, oh shit, where's that? And it was at the community center. So I go walking up, dude. There's like 20 people outside, all metalheads. I'm like, nice. So we go walking by. I'm like, you want to check it out, Cole? And he's like, yeah. So we just like walked in the entrance, and dude, he that picture I took it because his face was priceless, dude. Like
just seeing it, there's nothing like that.
Yeah, dude, he was like 10 feet from this big ass dude playing guitar, doing windmills, and he's just like, what the hell?
And like to your son, like those guys are like that's like he'll never forget that.
Yeah, well, dude, he likes drumming, so the drummer was insane. So I actually had to pick him up and put him on my shoulder, like to watch the drummer. But dude, he was mesmerized. Like he needed that experience right there. He was at a little community center. You know how that shit is. There's no stage. Like we literally walked in.
Just on the floor, dude. Like right on the floor.
Yeah, but here's the little PA speaker.
We were right
next to it. Dude, there was, man. That's why I was like blown away. It was the community center was packed, dude. like shocked. And then,
Did it
like
freak
I
him
said,
out? Like, did he get scared by the pit or anything, or was he like, cool?
no, dude, because he looked at me, he said, "I'm hungry. Can we go to Subway?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you want to come back?" He's like, "I'm gonna go eat and come back." So
Right on.
we ended up going to Subway. Then we on our walk back, we came back, hung out a couple minutes, came home, and then we went back up. And they were up there for a while. And I shared the band that I'm talking about. They're Gator Shakes, I think was their name. But then when we went back up, it was Grave Walker or something like that. These dudes were badass, man. Like real
I'm
good.
glad you took him there, man. I'm glad you took him there. That's fucking great, man.
Yeah, it was so cool. Like, dude, like I didn't even see anything for like metal.
His young brain, and how much that was going through his fucking head, going, holy shit. Like, he's heard the music on, you know, and he's played his guitar, and then he sees it, and like, you know what was going through his fucking brain, man? That's amazing.
Yeah, that's why I took that one picture, dude, because he just had that stare of like you didn't know if he was enjoying it, scared.
Yeah, man. I mean, I was so pumped when I saw that. I was like, fuck yeah, man, this kid's gonna be fucking like it's. Can you just imagine like seeing that at his age? Like, oh, like it was probably too much for him to process at first. Like, what's going on?
He thought it was cool shit because he knows Cade went to the Ghost concert, and I showed him clips that somebody got on YouTube of Ghost. So when we were leaving at first,
so wait, you're gonna have one boy playing guitar and one boy playing drums.
Oh hell yeah, no doubt, dude. But when we left up there, I was like, buddy, I'm like, those are the concerts that your dad's normally at. I'm like, that Ghost show with Caden was awesome, but what you seen tonight was like normal. Like that's how the venues are.
That's the real stuff, and I'm glad the boy got to see a professional, like, whole stage act and everything, because that's cool too. But seeing it like underground and for real, like the real shit that's going on in the street, like that's fucking amazing.
Yep, he was seeing the dudes loading in, like we were standing there, the other bands were coming in with all their gear. So he's seen the whole process of them loading up and everything. And dude, like I said, we were like no bullshit, like 5-10 feet away. And this
amazing.
Guitarist was like 6'2". He was a big dude. And he's down doing the fucking windmills with his long black hair. And that's when you see Cole just like, what the hell? It was so funny.
Gotta introduce him to Joey if he's in the drums.
Dude, that's the thing. Mushroom Head, I mean, it's not Joey. I'll show him Joey because I've showed him. Or you're talking about Blue, right?
Yeah, Blue.
Yeah, he knows about Blue. For some reason, I was thinking Joey is Slipknot. I don't know. I just had a brain fart. But no, yeah, he's seen Blue because he was watching me edit the War Beast thing I did, and I got a lot of footage of just Joey.
Yes. Just Blue like playing and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one of the beginnings of him liking the drums. But then we showed him Mushroom Head and the percussionist dudes. He's real into the just drum beats in general.
Show him some Dave Lombardo from Slayer.
Yeah.
That dude's badass.
I'm just pumped though, because we've been wanting to take him to see like Mushroom Head and shit like that. And dude, like I said, Caden, he was a little scared because I've told Jins about Caden, so he was a little nervous to the loud sounds. Cole walked in there, didn't give a shit.
Just like,
it was pretty much, yeah, I'm here. Caden, it would have taken him a minute, but he would have warmed up. And now knowing, like,
wasn't he?
Cole didn't give a shit. We were right there by the PA, dude.
Didn't you say he was a little freaked out at Ghost in the beginning? And you're like, no, come on, dude, come on.
Yep. Yeah, he got in a fetal position because, like, his Asperger's, the loud noises freak him out. And when they came out, it was boom, 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 boom. And he was like, shit. But as soon as I was like, look at the stage. Yeah, as soon as he looked, I was like, look at the stage. As soon as he seen Ghost, it was like, all good.
Then he got into it, man.
Yeah, it was like a complete 180. He was up yelling and shit. It was funny as hell.
That's fucking awesome, man. Just, the kids going crazy. That's what it's all about.
Oh, yeah, dude, and it was cool seeing him leave here because it reminded me like going to my first big show. Like, holy shit!
Like all you could do, Dan, is you teach the boys like what you're into. They'll find their own thing, but you expose them to what you can, And I remember my parents, like, they exposed me to a lot of crap that I didn't like. I mean, at the time I did, but it turned me into, like, making me like want to play in a band and play music because they were into like like folk music and stuff. And I always used to go to like they used to work at some folk festival, so I was always back there running around.
That's
watching
fucking gay.
Well, I got to meet Pete Seeger, sir.
I bought
And
his
that's why I
guitar.
can tell you that guitar you bought at his house, he never touched.
I don't give a fuck. I like the
Who
guitar.
was it?
Pete Seeger.
Bob Seger.
Pete Seeger, his brother.
Yeah, his father.
His his father.
Lived in Beacon, New York, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, he was big advocate of preserving the Hudson River.
Hudson River, he'd been Clearwater, he started.
Yep. Yes, he did.
Yeah, that's what we had King playing ball, but he's obviously not into that. He's ruined, dude. He did this tournament on that Fortnite, and I don't remember if it was just whatever it was. He placed in the top 10. There was like thousands of people playing, and they keep announcing this big esports thing that's going to be coming to Pittsburgh. So I'm going to try putting him in that, dude, because if you see him in public compared to like when he's got his headset on and he's playing his games, it's crazy, dude. Like one extreme to the other. He's Mr. Shy in person, but you get him on the headphones and he's on his game.
He gets he can like lose. He can just get.
Oh, you hear him in there calling people bitches and stuff like that. You're like, what the hell? Dude?
No, that's good, man. That he has an outlet where he can. Like it's not the greatest that he's arguing with guys, but still,
no, he's busting balls. Like, oh yeah, you guys are bitches. That's why I don't really harass him about it. But
if he can, if he can, like, if he's at school and just kind of keeps to himself, no big deal, man. If he has an outlet. Especially if you can get him behind those drums, man, that's a real good outlet. Get him in the school band playing drums.
Yeah. See, Caden's more with the guitar right now. Cole will be the drummer.
Get the kid in the school band, man.
Give him a fucking flute.
He'll be playing like the snare and the beep, 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 beep.
He was, dude. Yeah, that was just so funny watching that.
When I was in high school, I used to play with the kids, the drummers that were in the school band, because they always wanted to play like Rolling Stone shit, and I was like, yeah, I'll play it.
I can't, dude. I just don't see how they do it, man. Like I've gotten behind drum kits a couple times, and mine's just normal. I can't do it. I don't know how they do it.
It's easy. I gotta send you some of the blast beats I do.
I can't. My attention span can't do it. Like I can't. I don't know how you can have one arm doing this, one doing this.
The drummer's got to be like, first of all, the most on point guy in the band. He works the hardest in the band, and
he's keeping everybody on time.
I can't cut my brain into 4 quadrants where I can use 2 feet in my hands and sing. I've seen guys singing and doing it.
It's easy.
Did you guys see that clip that Joey shared the other day? That drummer saying, "Oh my God," and it was that drummer from I forget what band, but it was like a 20-second clip, and that has to be the most ridiculous drummer I've ever seen in my life.
Was he like a metal dude?
Yeah, but his double kick was just, I don't understand how it was humanly possible, and he was matching a snare with it, so it just sounded so like mean.
It's the blast beat. You don't love those blast beats.
I prefer D beat myself.
Fuck your D beat. Bullshit.
That's because you don't like punk rock, sir.
Sir, I grew up playing and living punk rock.
What do you know? What you know about Discharge, homie?
Ooh.
I know Phil wears their shirt all the time.
I know they have for their whole career about a half hour's worth of material.
Yeah, but you know what that half hour's worth of material did? Spawned a whole revolution of music.
Ooh. They're all right.
You know what? I'm missing Down, man. I can't wait for them if them dudes ever get back together.
Hey, Josh, why do you think it's called D beat? Discharge beat.
Oh.
D beat. Discharge. Dysphere, that band Dysphere. Why do you think they're called Dysphere? Because they love Discharge.
They like punk rock or they like hardcore?
It's the singer from At the Gates.
Love At the Gates.
It's the singer from At the Gates, and then it's just some other like Swedish metal dudes that play in this. It's kind of a punk rock metal schmear. I'll send you something. They're awesome.
Did you say you're gonna get a schmear?
What's a schmear? Oh, you got to have a schmear with a bagel? Ooh.
I would fucking love a schmear right now.
Right, a schmear with a bagel right now.
Hell yeah. You know what it is. Oh, man. One more camera and I'm done.
You should make a tampon cam.
That's disgusting.
Well, you need ideas for new products.
Oh, I have a fucking whole list of them. One of my vendors gave me a nice list of ideas he does all the advertising and, what people are asking for, so I got a nice little list there.
A tattoo gun cam.
I got a tattoo gun in the other room.
Oh, you got to hook me up, man. I need some
shit. That dude, what did you do to get that dude his rights back? Like, is that a technicality, like where I'd be able to get a vote and get a gun?
Yeah, man.
I think, wasn't I telling Joker the whole process last year when I was going through it?
Yeah, you were telling me, but I was drunk.
So yeah, you were drunk, but yeah, it's basically what was your crime? What do you got in your record?
With that possession with intent to deliver marijuana, that's jamming me up on everything.
Is that a felony or misdemeanor?
It's a felony.
So what you got to do is it's different for every state, but it's kind of the same thing. You got to get what's called a certificate of relief of disability. Doesn't mean like it expunges your record or nothing. It just means it gives you your rights back. It's like you fucked up. So what you're gonna do? Like I know in New York, I had to contact the probation department, and you asked, I want an officer who can help me handle a certificate of relief of disability. They'll send you a letter. You send a letter to the judge, like you fill out like a form and add the letter. Have you changed? Why you want this? Blah 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 blah. And then the judge will decide whether to issue it or not. And then that's kind of the easy part. The hard part is if you have any others. You got any misdemeanors on you or any charges?
Misdemeanors. Actually, no, dude. I think everything I've ever was gonna get charged with got dismissed. Other than that,
because that's your first step. That'll allow you to own guns and possess them. You can't buy them now, which you have to go apply to the FBI for the NICS list, the NSPS list.
Shit.
And in New York, I know with me, I have misdemeanor fucking. I got charged with a weapons possession misdemeanor. I pleaded guilty to disorderly conduct.
Would you have a Dewey?
No, I fucking had a switchblade. It's ridiculous. Oh, dude, that was the best part. I had a switchblade in my electrician's, my pouch, my work pouch.
They fucked you for that? For that in the toolbox?
I thought I was cool. I'd have a switchblade, so when I went stripping Romex, it looked cool. Yeah.
We go and
yeah. But so that's actually been holding me back for the past couple of years, is getting back on the NICS list to get off the back. I actually 2 weeks ago I sent in the rest of my shit. I had to go get certificates of relief of disability for violations I committed. Violations. But it's because it's what it pled to. You get charged with something, you plead down.
Yeah.
But you know what they said? You know what they said to him, Dems? They said, "Up against a wall, motherfucker! Up against a wall, motherfucker!" That's a good song, boy.
So I'm hoping in about a week or two I'll get a letter saying that I'm off the NICS blacklist. Hopefully.
I got a letter that says the Knicks suck.
They do. Fuck
Ew.
Ew. Wait.
But yeah, like if you want to do that, if that's something you're serious about doing,
I'm dead serious about doing. I seen it. I'm like, holy shit.
First thing you want to do is get on Google and type Pennsylvania Certificate of Relief of Disability.
It's release of disability.
Relief of disability.
Relief, like pain relief.
Yep, right. Certificate of Relief of Disability. That's first thing's gonna step, and then they'll have stuff online of what you could do, like for your particular situation. I'm better with New York because that's where I live and that's where I've done it. But go look at it first, and it'll give you the steps that you need to start taking. But like I said, it's gonna be like filling out a form and asking the judge to give you your rights back, basically. Like with me, I just put on.
Yeah, I mean it's been 2000. It was the year 2004 when the year Dime got murdered. So 15 years, man.
Yeah, you probably get it. It's just like I said, the hard one's going to be the Brady-ac one for the NICS list. That's going to be the hard one to get off.
If you ever seen Jim Brady get shot, you can see it on YouTube. When he drove Reagan, like he was trying to save Reagan, and he took a bullet to the dome.
That was him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And you know what they said? You know what they said to the guy? When they caught the guy, you know what they said? Up against a wall, motherfucker.
That's what I would say.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I can't wait till I'm done with this bullshit.
What are you doing?
I
Building
made a spy.
cameras.
I made a spy camera hemorrhoid cream. It's awesome.
Ew. Tonight I'm doing smoke detectors and motion detectors and air fresheners.
You know what you should
Damn,
make?
sorry to hear that, John.
What
Make a
happened?
kitty.
Did he find out his best friend was gay?
Nah, his grand passed last night.
Oh shit, John. Sorry to hear that, my dude. Sorry to hear that. I know your grandmother was fucking, you know, she wasn't doing so good. So one love to you and your family, man.
Word. Smoke a dab.
Yeah, that's a rough one, man.
You know what God's gonna say to your grandmother when she gets to heaven? Up against the wall, motherfucker.
I think
maybe that'll be St. Peter. I don't know.
That was too soon, bud. Too soon.
Come on, man. What do you mean?
Triple threat.
I was making 9/11 jokes 2 minutes after it happened. Hi-yo.
Were you one of those dancing Israelis that everybody talks about?
No.
Oh.
But I did laugh when Gilbert Gottfried said, like the weekend after it happened, he was doing like a roast, and he said, I have to leave early because my flight is taking a stop off at the Empire State Building.
Hi-yo.
Hi-yo. And then everybody goes,
what? Did you go back in the B-52 bomber flew into the Empire State Building and it's still standing?
Yeah, it just broke a couple windows and people are like looking at it. And listen to this. Listen to what happened to the Empire State Building. King Kong climbed up that motherfucker,
I remember
man.
that.
King
That
Kong.
was fucked. That was fucked.
Come on, man.
That was a scary day in American history, bro.
That building's seen a lot.
Damn right it has.
All I gotta say is, you know, the Twin Towers were built in the 60s. The Empire State Building was probably built in like the 20s. They don't make them like they used to. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
that thing was made out of tin and like tin foil and like rubber bands, I think.
Oh,
and like, you know.
Hey, Dems, did that situation with the kid ever get finished or good or?
Yeah, that's all taken care of. I mean, now I'm trying to find a place. I was talking to Joker about that before you came on. I'm at my mom's now.
Are the boys with you, Dems? The boys are with you, right?
No, I mean most of the time, yeah. But I get up and I'm gone, so they stay up there with her, so they can get up and get on the bus, and then I ride Cole to school.
Right on.
Until I get a truck, man, I got to keep renting a friggin' Home Depot truck whenever I got to go get like tomorrow. I got to do it because I got to get over 20 sheets of drywall. So I got to like hurry up and be there as they open, or some douchebag will get it, and then I'm screwed.
But they probably only got 2 trucks, right?
One, dude, for the whole North Hills. It's like, dude, come on.
One truck and one van, or just one truck? Period.
It's just one truck, dude.
James, you gotta hire a guy that has like a van or a truck, and then just
That's
pay him
the thing. Paul had one, but it was a piece of shit, and it blew up, dude.
Was it a creeper van? Because he sounds like he's a creeper.
No, it was almost as creepy as a creeper van. It was a Blazer that had all kinds of different colored panels on. It was like 5 different colors.
That's what you call a rape van.
Yep, that's what you call a rape van.
But I gotta get me a truck.
Doesn't matter who gets raped in there, but it's a rape van.
Somebody's getting
raped in there.
Yeah.
I need to get myself a truck or an SUV myself.
That's what I'm saying, man. You got to hold that lumber with that dog.
Yep.
You
see them boards that are like, you can't have boards sticking out the window. You know.
Dude, you should see me driving around with the Kia, dude, with my Kia Forte with 10 2x6s hanging 5 feet out the trunk with a flag.
But you got the flag on the back, so no one smashes their windshield into you.
Yeah, and then there's like a half an inch of like room between my tire and a wheel well.
You know what the best is when you have like the boards that are like they're just coming to the windshield, right?
Dude,
They're sticking out. You're like,
dude, I broke my windshield like that. Remember a couple weeks?
Oh, that's right.
Dude,
That's right.
you probably can't see it on the camera, but I had to go get a bunch of plywood and have them rip it in half. I was able to fit 8 sheets of plywood in that car, but we're going up a hill and it all starts sliding. I'm like, yeah. We had to put a hand on it, and I got a piece of it just shanked me as I'm trying to hold it from flying out.
I've done that when you're holding the load, like I'd be the passenger. And I'm trying to hold the load, like from smushing me. I'm like, ah! Oh,
the
damn.
looks I get from people when I pull up. Like, are you kidding me, dude?
This is a real fun experience, right? Okay, so we're working at this building, which was like the George Washington Bridge was like right down the street. So we're right on the Hudson River. So now, if you can imagine, like, it's like the winds are swirling like crazy because the ocean's right there. Then you got the Hudson River, and the Bronx, I think, was right across from us. So we couldn't fit a lot of stuff into the freight elevator, like sheets of plywood and
oh yeah,
we had these columns, and they were like fucking styrofoam columns, and we had to walk them up the side of the building. Now you're holding like plywood. You know how like you're carrying plywood, and we're walking up the side of the building with plywood, and the wind is going fucking crazy. So it's like a sail, and you're like, oh shit.
Man.
Like a sail, like 25 cents off?
No, a sail like you're gonna fly off the side of the building, like going, woo, and you so like, and then you would hit a gate, and it would be locked. So you'd have to put your shit down, run all the way back down the stairs, get a security guy to unlock the gate, and then you go do it all again, and you're like, oh, fuck, and you hit another gate, and you got to run back down and get a guy. And, oh, man, but carrying up the styrofoam fucking pillars, because they would look like Roman, like, pillars, and we had to carry them up, and it like you could hear them, like, going, and you're like, oh, they broke them, the boss, and they were really expensive.
Yeah.
But the best was, all I could picture was losing the fucking piece of wood and watching the fucking piece of plywood just go flying towards the fucking main street.
Yeah. And then what's funny about that is your natural reaction is just to hold on to it instead of letting it run there. You could. Yeah.
And you're like, oh, and I'm like, I was like, I'm not the most heaviest guy in the world. I'm not like the biggest guy.
I hear you. Dude, you should see me the one time we were up on this roof and we were working right on 5th Avenue in Pittsburgh. And we had to put these tarps down because we were putting a new roof on and it looked like it was about to rain. So we're up there, dude, and the wind's blowing, and I'm trying to lay on this tarp, and it's literally going like with me on it. I'm like, oh shit, this wasn't a good idea.
Like I wish I was ate more pasta as a kid, potatoes, everything.
I'm just like, I'm going over. I'm gonna die. And that was that dude I used to work for. He's like, get off the fucking tarp.
Any cricks?
Oh man,
I would never have that problem.
Josh, I'm sure you had some fun times getting zapped.
Oh, I've gotten zapped so hard that I fucking passed out and pissed my pants.
That's what my uncle told me. Got blown across the room. And just like he woke up with piss. Fucking, he was just like out.
Pissed the pants. Lucky he didn't shit himself.
How many volts did you get?
277.
Damn.
And if you don't think about electricity, 277, that doesn't feel good.
That dude, Paul, he keeps it in his bag to remind him. He has a pair of linemen's that are actually melted because he grabbed something. Luckily, he had rubber grips on it, but they like melted together, and he keeps it in his bag to remind him, like, dude, you do some stoner retard move, you can end up dead.
But he was probably house shit. 277, that's 3-phase, that's industrial commercial shit.
I was gonna say, what's that for? Like a dryer or a fucking
dryers and shit are 240. 277 is like 3-phase power is 3 legs of it. You get 3 hots coming in. Each leg is 277 on those legs.
So, like, what were you working on? Like
lighting. It was a medical building.
Medical
building had to do the fucking 277 for some reason.
So it's a good thing you were in the medical building because you got zapped and they could just take care of you.
There wasn't no doctors or nothing. No, the medical building didn't even have sheetrock on at the time, really.
Yeah, I guess they
Jeez.
were. I guess they were playing golf that day.
No,
That's why
it's a new building.
electric scares the shit out of me. That's one of the reasons I got Paul works with me, so I can do electrical jobs because he used to run his own company.
Bro, I'm certified by Central Hudson, the power company, to do taps. I'll get up on a ladder. I'll fucking cut the wire, come to your house.
If I have to do electrical like in my house, I shut down the Eastern Seaboard. So I know I'm not getting that.
Fucking everything live, everything.
That's what he does, man. If I'm replacing a switch, I have the whole house shut down. He's in there.
The whole East Coast is getting shut the fuck down if I gotta like change a light bulb.
I'm confident. I've done it enough times. Just don't touch the copper part on the black one.
Yeah, but I can't help myself.
It's like touching it.
I like to lick it.
It's fucking weird.
See, I get too mad and start getting my guts, and all I know, I'll grab something and end up shot across the house.
One time the electrician left, right? And I had to go do some fucking grouting in the bathroom. And I went to go turn the light on, but the switch was just exposed wire. So I went, and I was like, I got zapped. And I went crazy, like looking to kill the guy, but he left. So I couldn't kill him. And then by the next day, I didn't want to kill him anymore.
You should have probably gotten angry at yourself. Why'd you touch it?
Well, why does an electrician leave exposed wires in a room?
Fucking grounders are gonna go grab them. Who the fuck grabs exposed wire?
These electricians. First of all, you can't. That's irresponsible.
Oh,
he's a fucking scab. You don't leave exposed wires and go home. You put a cap on them.
Oh,
am I right, Josh?
Oh, okay. You mean exposed? I thought you meant you grabbed the switch.
No, he left exposed wires. He took off the switch that was there earlier in the day.
And that's a different story.
And he left exposed wires out.
That's a different story, though.
See, I had that happen to me with an electrician who was supposed to take out wires in the old plugs, and I was going around and filling them, and they, because they were painting the walls, we were getting rid of them, and I was putting some wire mesh before I did the gypsum, and I stuck the mesh in there, and there was still a wire up in there, exposed and hot, and I'm like, oh my God, you motherfucker.
Well, that's highly illegal, Corey and Trevor. You can't bury boxes like that.
So that's the dude I used to work for, man.
That's why I went union, my dudes. That's why I went union. So you didn't have to deal with these fucking fly-by-night fucking, I feel like going home in the middle of the day and I'm just going to leave wires exposed. Or the plumber, I'm just going to leave the bathtub in the middle of the floor.
To be fair, maybe somebody said he earned a beer and he had to go get his beer. To be fair.
Listen. You're at work. Listen, man, that's not a man does his job and then he goes and gets his beer.
Then he gets his beer. That's true.
A man would not leave a job unsafe. That's not what a man does. A man makes sure that he's not going to hurt nobody else on the job.
Okay, I got you.
Safety first, my dude.
Yes, safety first. When it comes to
because you know what, Josh? If I got hurt, let's say I got zapped and I fell over and cranked my head and I couldn't work for 2 weeks. He's taking food off of my table because he was irresponsible. That's not a man.
Word. I agree. Let's change the topic a little bit here. What hot dogs? What's your favorite brand? Armour?
No. It's got to be Hebrew National or Sabret. No, not Sabret. I mean Hebrew National or Nathan's.
What about Oscar Mayer ones?
Are they kosher?
Sugardale.
Sugardale. I never even heard of them. What are those?
Those are local hot dogs.
I think so. They're good.
I
like Oscar Mayer, and Nathan's is definitely good for sure.
I haven't had hot dogs in months. Today I bought some hot dog buns. I'm gonna go for some hot dogs today.
Oh yeah, man! You got to have the hot dogs and put a pickle on it. Trust me. Put a pickle in your hot dog. Oh, it's delicious.
Well, it's the same as doing relish. Same shit.
No, but relish is sweet.
That's true. I don't like sweet pickles.
I don't like sweet pickles, man. I need my pickles with the vinegar. Sour pickle.
You will never see me make a jar of sweet pickles. It won't happen.
You know what's amazing, Josh? Pickles.
Mm-hmm.
Dill pickles are good. I can't handle bread and butter, though.
Bro, you've never had my pickles, bro.
Bread and butter pickles, that's like the Amish pickles. Like the Pennsylvania
pickles. They're nasty.
Yeah, they're like Pennsylvania, Delaware pickles.
Yeah,
I don't fuck with that, man. Give me a nice, like, a kosher pickle, a garlic pickle.
A kosher dill pickle. You love the pickle.
Yeah, those are good. There's this place in Pittsburgh for Frankie's, man. Oh my god.
What, hot dog joint?
Yeah, it's one of them, like it's one of the places that like looks like shit though. You're like, but
is it just like a hot dog kind of stand? Is it like a restaurant with tables, or just kind of like a place you order?
You walk in and order. There's like enough room for like maybe 5 tables. It's pretty much a place to go in, order, get your grub and bounce. But it's like such a hole in the wall. But dude, when you walk by there, that's how they get you. You smell it like 2 blocks away, and you're like, all right, I got to stop.
I used to like to go to the hot dog trucks down in North. They would just be like,
down where? Down where?
Down North.
I like how you say that.
You go to JJ's, which was on Bluefield Ave, or you go to the dude in Branchbrook Park, and if you got the onions, they were so hot. The next day, you were wishing you didn't eat them. They were so good.
The dude in Branford Park stuck his dick in those hot dog water. I would never eat that shit.
Branchbrook.
Oh, okay, wrong place then.
Ain't Bloomfield Ave where there's shit from Sopranos? He talks about.
Oh yeah, Bloomfield Ave. That's a lot of Soprano shit on there.
I'm part of some group on Facebook called Members Only, and it's all Sopranos, and there's always people posting pics.
Yeah, man. That's where I grew up, Dems. I know like most of that, like not I don't know everything on there. They filmed some shit in New York and some shit over here, but I know the pork store, I know the Sopranos house, I know the Bada Bing. When they do the beginning, I know all that shit. That's right. That's the highway right by my house.
That big guy, the statue of that dude with the hard hat and shit.
Yeah, that's gone now, and so is where it says "Drive Safe." Those big, they were like the big the oil. That was from the oil refinery. It said "Drive Safe." Those are gone.
You know where Pizza Land is?
Yeah, I know. No, Pizza Land. Where's Pizza Land? No, I don't know Pizza Land. I think it's in Clifton. Actually, I think that's in Clifton. I'm not sure.
Right on. That's funny. But I'd like to go. I'd like to see the Sopranos mansion.
That just sold for like they just sold that for $2 million.
Damn.
It's a fucking nice fucking house, man.
Shit.
It's in like a rich town, like
you can tell it's in one of them Richie cul-de-sacs.
Yeah, when I was a little kid, we lived like there's Mountain Ave, which is right here. I lived on Hillcrest. Now, if you go across Mountain Ave, then to that whatever street that is, you make a left onto that little cul-de-sac. That's where the Sopranos house is.
Oh shit!
So when Tony's driving up to his house, like at the end, like in the beginning, and you see kind of like the rocks and shit, like that's Mountain Ave.
Nice.
You want to see a scary monster I made?
Yes.
Can you see it?
Let me see.
Oh shit.
Oh. What is that?
It's a scary monster.
What color are you gonna paint it?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna paint it with the stone paint so it looks like it's stone.
Oh, like a gargoyle.
Yeah, that's a good idea, man.
Because I was gonna say, if you're gonna like paint it, you would kind of have to do like some greens and browns and like mix them together. But that's stone. Yeah, that's like a sort of some fruity artist. The stone would be good, like it's like a gargoyle. Like
oh yeah, look what we're working on next.
Oh, Freddy Fingers.
Building the Freddy.
Hey, did you guys ever watch that show Gargoyles? It was
a
cartoon. Oh,
no.
It was about these gargoyles, and like at night they came to life, and they would go fight crime and shit. It was awesome.
No, I never seen that.
Yeah, there was like these badass gargoyles, and there was a dog, and his name was Bronx, and he was like a gargoyle. He was just like a dog, and he'd be like, It was a good show, man.
You hear everybody going crazy, saying that it's proof because the gargoyles at Notre Dame, the cathedral, were taken away for restoration, and then a few days later, that's when the fire happened.
Some people think it was burnt down by anti-Catholics.
Really?
Yeah, or anti-Christian.
I don't know what happened there, but of course, it was on
there's
Facebook.
A ton of Muslims.
I seen a big article.
Especially like in France, there's a ton of fucking Muslims. They just invaded because France is a bad country, and they just They're fags. And so a ton of Muslims like went in there, and they've been like causing all anti-Christian trouble. So that it might have been burnt down by anti-Christians, and they say it was like a construction, but I never heard of a construction site burning down when nobody's there, unless it was Jewish light. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe the Catholic Church wants the insurance money. I don't know.
It's not my place to speculate. You know.
You see how much their fundraiser, man, got like billions of dollars.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a scam. That was all CGI. Some guy just wants $1 billion. It was all CGI.
You've been talking to the flat Earth guy lately, haven't you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I don't go for that.
You don't.
Whatever happened to that dude?
He's still preaching.
Yeah.
You know what? See, Dan wants to be. He wants to be one of those comedians that's not funny, that just says, "Oh, he doesn't buy that bullshit." I know his game. I know his skill. Yeah. He wants to go to comedy clubs and be like a fucking Bill Hicks,
Joe Rogan.
those guys, like or a Lenny Bruce, where they're like, "Oh, the word Negro is," but now it's flat Earth. Oh, the flat Earth. He wants to like be one of those comedians that's not funny, like an Andy Kaufman or you know.
I just was watching a documentary on that dude.
Yeah, the most unfunny guy on the planet.
I was watching a documentary. Actually, it was about Jim Carrey when he got into.
Yeah, another unfunny guy.
He went like completely batshit crazy.
That's another complete unfunny guy.
He has his moments.
Well, you know what? He did some funny stuff on In Living Color, like in the sketch comedy show.
Marshall Bill.
Yeah, like that was funny stuff. But as far as his stand-up, he's terrible. He's an awful stand-up. He's done some good acting. Like The Mask was funny. You know, like but you get sick of it. But it was a funny movie. I never liked them Ace Venturas, but people really thought that was funny.
Yeah, I liked the first one, but I was like, I think 9 when that shit came out. So it was like the funniest shit in the world.
Like
Same with The Mask.
His whole shtick just annoys the shit out of me. He's like a Jerry Lewis, like blah, blah, blah. Like that's supposed to be funny, you know. I like when, you know, people say N-word jokes and, you know.
That's how funny. I feel about that like Joe Rogan. I really like that dude, but I think people like he's so overrated with his stand-up. I don't think it's funny at all, but I love his podcast.
His podcast is real good because he's a smart dude and he gets great guests and he gets high the whole time. But he really is. I think he's a smart guy. I think he's intelligent.
I mean, dude, he had what's his name on there getting stoned? The Tesla dude.
Yeah, the guy that's from the band Tesla.
Yeah. What the hell is that dude's name? That's gonna
Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
And that made like everybody went crazy over that. It's like
they're like he was smoking weed.
Yeah, dude, he had Neil deGrasse Tyson on there, man. I like that one. That's that scientist dude.
Oh yeah, he's like the space scientist or whatever.
Yeah, because every once in a while, like if I'm working in somebody's house, I can't be blaring music, so I just put on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, well, there's no cursing and.
Yeah, I mean they get crazy.
It's not controversial. And they don't really talk about like anything political where it's gonna like somebody's gonna go, oh, I can't believe that. What you know?
Right, like I was working in this Indian couple's house. That's where I did it, and I started getting worried. But they're
cheap. Right. I bet you they're cheap, man. I bet
you. Dude, believe it or not, these are the only ones. I mean, he does try to knock me on my price, so I always just go in and throw a high price because I know he's going to. But other than that, I mean, out of all the Indian people I've done with, these people are actually cool. They're actually probably the only ones I'll do work for.
No, wait, is there a big Indian population there?
Yeah, like in Cranberry, there's a bunch of them over there.
Squirrel like real Hill. Indians, like real Indians, like drunk on the reservation, or the other kind.
Oh no, these are like Hindi or Hindu.
Oh, so they're not all drunk and with feathers.
No, these people like their houses smell like curry and it's 100 degrees.
I know that was just a racist joke I wanted to say. about how the Indians are drunk and
Yeah. Dude, I've noticed though with like the Hindu Indians, all their houses smell the exact same,
Oh,
dude.
they use the spices, dude. I,
Yep,
I, wa- I was friends with
everyone.
a lot of Indian dudes, like, over the years, girls, guys, whatever. Yeah, man, you just, they have that curry smell because
And
they eat
they
curry food.
all want to haggle with your price. And the
I
one
know.
dude finally pissed me off, and I said, when you go to McDonald's, do you when they tell you it's $5.99, do you ask them? No, I'll give you $2.99. I'm like, it's no different, man.
Well,
And then Paul's
there's a
like, no, that's what
comedian.
they do.
There's a comedian, I forget his name, and he's an Indian guy from Canada, and he was talking about his father, like going to like arguing the price of a beer. I'll give you $2. He goes, no, it's $3. I'll $2. He's like,
They do that. I don't understand it.
yeah, but you know what? Go to their store and try to give him less.
Yeah, hell no. They'll kick you out. They'll straight up tell you to leave.
Had to put those son of a bitch ducks away. Thunderstorms coming.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, you don't want to be out in a thunderstorm. That's not fun.
No, because you get struck by lightning and then you get superpowers.
I'm good with
That
that.
happened to me once, and then I had superpowers, and I got struck by lightning again, and then I didn't have them anymore. It was about like a couple minutes of superpowers was kind of awesome.
And it reversed it the second time.
Yeah, it just made me fucking a regular, like normal loser again.
I don't believe you.
Oh shit.
One time I was rocking out on stage, and I got shocked, and I got superpowers.
Lies.
I gotta get to a concert, like a concert. There's nothing coming here. I'm pissed I missed that I Hate God one.
Slayer's coming here like next weekend.
I thought
Well,
you
to
didn't.
Philly. No, I'm not going to Slayer. Yeah, Slayer's got a song or two I like. No, I'm not going to see him.
Fuck no, you ain't.
I'm not going to any concert ever again for the rest of my life. Not even when I'm playing.
Nope.
I won't
Wait,
even
you don't
be
like
there.
shows anymore?
No, I didn't like shows from the second one I ever went to, but I just went to a billion of them because
He don't want to be called a weirdo.
I didn't like playing shows from the first show I ever played, but I just did it because I hated it. I hated everything.
There was nothing better to do, you know?
I was like, you guys would have been fucking like laughing. Oh shit, lightning. Like we'd have to, and I'd be sitting there in the van going, motherfucker, I gotta go fucking play, son of a bitch. And I get up there and just rock out like crazy. And I'd be like, motherfucker, I don't ever want to do that again for the rest of my life. And they're like, shut the. I remember we were coming back from North Carolina. I had a bottle of schnapps.
No, you didn't.
Peppermint schnapps. And the singer goes, he goes into my bag, he grabs a bottle and goes, drink this and shut the fuck up. Because we were driving back to New Jersey. He goes, I don't want to hear you. Just drink this. And like, so I was drinking, having a good time, and then I just passed out and I woke up in New Jersey.
See, man, I was always jealous of my friend. Like Paul, he got to go do that shit, and you got to play shows. Josh played shows. Man, I got to get up on stage one time for my buddy Rick's band.
But you know what, Dems? You got to do it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, man, that is bad ass. Shattered soul.
Go join the fire department, and you could just be in public speaking. Same thing.
Yeah, you can get up in
Yeah, I
front
don't
of
know
people
how it
and
is
say,
up there where you're at, dude. And I mean, I don't want to knock these dudes because they're doing it, but where I'm from, like the fire department dudes here are all the crazy like dudes that were like picked on in school.
Really?
Yeah. And like I said, I don't want to knock them because it's badass. They're doing their thing. They're saving their shit. But
where the
I couldn't deal with them dudes.
The guys that the firemen knew where Josh is sell fentanyl, and then they try to save the people when they overdose on it.
I swear to God, look the story up. I am not lying to you. You'll see it. There was a dude, and this is what I mean. He was one of the weird rejects in school. He worked for the fire department. These are like a VFW and volunteer fire department, VFD. Dude, he went and set a friggin' abandoned house on fire so that he can go to the fire. And I forget how many turned on like 8 houses.
That's awesome.
Look it up.
A lot of arsonists become firemen.
Yeah, I mean, no bullshit. Look it up. It happened in Millville, man. Millville, Pennsylvania. Volunteer fire department dude burns down houses. It lit like half a block of like houses burned to the ground.
Check this out. There was on the West Coast. It was a fireman from Northern California, right? And he would go down and speak to other fire departments. You know, he would go down the coast, and there was fires all, and they put two and two together, and they figured out this guy that was going to speak to these other fire departments was lighting fires so he could
get the fuck out of here.
He was going down the coast. This fireman was going down the coast lighting shit on fire.
Some people, like, I realize this too, some people have a real hero complex where they feel like I gotta be the hero. And they will do shit like, dude, we went to a call the other day, we got a new guy. He was so amped up on this call the whole way going. We're like, what tools do we need? What do we do? And in all reality, you don't need shit. Like, you're going to get out because there's already trucks there. You're not going to do anything. You're going to stand there, maybe do traffic. You're just going to fucking go. Dude, he
tried to drive fast with a siren. Who doesn't love that?
Bro, he tried to fucking jump out of a moving fire. Remember the video I sent you the other day, Joker?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, the dude was sitting right next to me in that video. He tried to jump out of a moving fire truck.
And that fucking truck was moving.
For what?
It was a car accident, and he wanted to help, and it just.
I'm saying what was the point of jumping out of the moving fire truck? Why did he do that?
Because he wanted to go help. He thought we were there, and he wanted to go help.
It's like, you helping, man? Ain't nothing a fire.
No, it's like, dude, I fucking yelled. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, the car accident's gonna be there. Don't worry, we will get there. They're gonna wait for us. You're not gonna miss it.
Yeah, it's not gonna drive away.
You're not gonna miss it. I promise you.
I got two buddies. They're actually brothers. They tagged me on. I'm sure you might have seen me in some of their posts. Ralph and Anthony. They're volunteer fire dudes. They post pictures every once in a while. God, man, I could like Christy, my woman. She was gonna do paramedic shit, and I don't think it's set in until it was like, do you realize some of the shit you may see? Like,
yeah, man. Really I heard.
Dems, did I ever tell you about the bodies that I saw?
What's that?
Have I ever told you the stories of the bodies I saw?
Are you being serious? Or are you fucking
dead serious? We went to, we got called by the police department to this one house. It was a husband and wife. They were dead. It was very, very strange. We go into the house because they wanted to make sure there was no gas or nothing that was going to hurt the fucking police or nothing. So we go into the house. It was like 105 degrees in the house, I'd say, 104. The fucking people, I don't know why, they had an electric oven. It was left on and open. Their food completely burnt in it. Husband and wife both dead. They're not old where it would be like, oh, but they were both dead at the same time. And when I went in there, the fucking flesh was melting off their fucking body.
Oh, God. What was the smell like?
It actually wasn't that bad. Like, there was that dead smell, but it wasn't. Like once they moved them, that's when it started really fucking smelling.
Yeah, once they get the dust, the dead dust.
Yeah, it was.
So they literally sat there and cooked themselves to death.
No, I think there's no way they fucking died because of that electric oven. Like, it was hot in there, but it's not hot that's gonna kill you. 105 ain't gonna fucking kill you.
I wonder what the hell happened. That is weird. Then
I don't know if it was a drug overdose or something. Like, you couldn't. There was nothing obvious at all. But it's just. And the weird thing is, the police said, "Oh, nothing suspicious." How'd they die then?
Yeah.
Would they just both have a heart attack at the same time?
Yep, the exact same time.
That's a little weird, like how they died.
But bro, Josh,
see, man, you should do a thing and tell stories about your weird calls.
Bro, I had fucking nightmares after that one. That was.
Josh,
I bet, man.
Did you ever have to walk in and like smell like a old dead body that's been there for a couple days or anything?
This body, this was a couple days it was sitting there, but like it was just until they, like, you know, the smell of death, like what death.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you a story in a minute.
But it, like I said, it didn't really hit until they moved them. Like, it wasn't.
Okay, so I was working down here in Delaware, but I would go home every weekend. I'd stop and I'd pick up my girlfriend, and then we'd drive, to my house. And one weekend I was like, oh man, I was like, something's fucking dead. And I'm like, that ain't no dead deer. And then, and this was in the summer times. So come back next weekend, like, oh, like you could like you would breathe in the smell. Like,
Mm.
oh,
You can
another
taste
3
it.
weeks, 3 weekends. Turns out in the like there's the breakdown lane and then like some bush, some grass and shit. There was two
Yeah.
cases with a chopped up body
Fuck yeah.
Oh shit.
baking in the sun.
Oh yeah. I'll
And
do
it was
it.
like, like you'll that smell, like if you ever like it, just never will ever go away. Like that smell from now on.
They ever
But
catch
the
you did
cool thing
that?
is like it was like a big mystery of what happened. I know what happened. That's the Russian mob. That's what the Russians do. Is they chop your body up and they ditch the port somewhere.
Oh, how would you know that?
Because they caught these Russians on Easter Sunday dumping body parts into the Passaic River.
Into the Poseidon,
After they chopped these motherfuckers up.
not the
And they
Poseidon.
busted them doing it.
Oh yeah, they caught a couple, a husband and wife, dumping body parts into the Passaic River on Easter Sunday back in like '92 or whatever.
Hey, you got to have couples activities, you know.
Listen, man, a family that slays together stays together.
Dude, that's crazy as hell, man.
It's all fun, all good fun. Because the guy that got chopped up was doing something wrong. You don't get chopped up
Yeah.
That's why,
for nothing.
like when like saying like these wives are saying, "Oh, he abused me, he abused me." You ain't gonna get hit for no reason, bitch.
Like
There's gonna be a reason.
sandwich. Like the guy's probably watching the ball game, needs a sandwich and a beer, and you're being all smart in the mouth.
Being all smart in the mouth.
It's true though. It's very true.
Dude, it's funny as hell.
Oh, I hear
And
it.
you said you got to go down the road that Iceman used to ditch bodies, right, Joker?
Oh yeah, man, Clinton Road, baby.
That's badass. That's one dude that did you ever hear about him or see his interview, Josh? Richard Klinsky, the Iceman?
Cannot say I have.
Dude, you gotta look into this. I mean, he's dead now, but my man was
Badass.
he was up around New York, New Jersey doing shit. And he killed dude, it's just the way he talks about it. It's like, going to the fridge and getting something to eat. He's saying, but yeah, I told him to pray to God and come down, and if he comes, I'll stop. God didn't listen that day.
He was telling a story about there was a guy that he had to take care of. He was contracted to kill a guy, and the guy used to hang out in like a disco, like a nightclub. And Kuklinski used to go there and just like hang out in the balcony and just watch. Like he would go there and just watch. And he goes, I noticed that the gays could walk around and nobody would look at them. Nobody would, even pay attention to them. So he goes, so I dressed up, I dressed up, and I walked around all swishy. And he goes, now I don't want to offend anybody that's gay. And the thing that got me was like, this guy is worried about offending people that are gay, but yet he's going to go kill this guy. And he just like slays. And he kept saying, now I don't want to offend anybody that's gay. And this guy would kill people like it was nothing, like nothing. And he was concerned that he didn't want to offend anybody that was gay. And that to me, like this guy could kill somebody like nothing, but he's like, he cares enough to say, look, if you're gay, I don't want to upset you. And to me, that's like, wow. Like, how could your fucking mind be like that, man?
I like the dude where he said he was praying to God and shit and was like, I
like,
told him in a half an hour, if God can come down and stop me, I'll give him this time. Well, God must have been busy that day because he never came. I shot him.
I've watched those interviews. I've watched I watched that a lot.
Dude, his tone does not change the whole 2 hours. It is the exact same pitch, no matter what he's saying he did.
And you know what's great? Like his nickname, the Iceman. Like they called him the Iceman, because he put the bodies in, but he's ice cold, dude. Like he's just an ice cold. When he was like, yeah, I was putting my kids' toys together, but it's like some guy owed me money. They didn't have it. I'm putting it for Christmas. And he goes, I got back in the car.
The
And then
dude
I
asked him,
shot
he's
him, and
like,
I couldn't. Oh man! And you know what was
the
amazing
dude,
too? He goes, "I took his money, I took what he owed me, and I put the rest back in his pocket."
yep.
That to me, it's like this guy. He doesn't give a fuck about just killing you, but he does the right thing. He goes, "Well, he owed me."
And then
This
what was
money,
cool,
so I took
the interviewer goes, well, how'd you feel after you killed him on Christmas? He goes, I was aggravated. I couldn't get the damn toys together.
it." Like that, it boggles my mind. Like just the way he's so ice cold.
In the way he lived a double life, his family had no damn clue he was doing that shit. She said she just didn't question him. She thought
My,
he was some advisor or whatever.
that dude, Michael Graves, I know. Well, I haven't talked to him in years, but his father was a cop in Oradell, right? And that's the town that Iceman uh, lived in, and that's where when the FBI came and got him in. So his father, he was the chief of police, but not then. He was just like a regular officer. And they had the whole fucking town pretty much locked down, just waiting for him. And then the
Jeez.
FBI came in and, crazy, man. Like when they arrested his wife because they were so afraid of the Iceman that he was going to like start hurting people. The guy's like 6'8", fucking
He was a
200
monster.
pounds of, so they arrested his wife too, just to keep him calm because they were afraid of him. The cops and the FBI were afraid of him. That's a bad dude.
Monster, dude. They played them clips, like the audio tapes of him talking to the undercover guy. And it's like, God damn, man. Why you gotta be messy about it? Cyanide does it nice, quick, and quiet.
Oh, there he is.
Fucking internet went out for a minute.
The Iceman is one of my favorite killers. Now, you might not say he's a serial killer, but I think
that's where my argument is. I say he is, but I say he also liked it.
Now, Dems, if you remember, he killed. Remember that, like he said, I was 18 at a bar, and some guy and I went back and I burned. Like he was sleeping in the car, and I fucking lit it on fire and killed him.
Yep,
I mean, he was 18, so he killed because he was going to kill either way. He just made money off it. That dude was going to fucking kill people no matter what.
Oh, real quick, I just want to shout out to the Conan chat. You're a piece of shit scumbag loser who robs people, so eat a dick, you piece of shit. Go fuck yourself, the Conan. Bro, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
The Iceman.
He was just smart and was like, I can make money off that shit. I'm going to, why not get rich? And then what family was it? Was it the Gambinos or...
Bonanno, Gambino, probably Gambinos.
Yeah, because he was killing for that one dude who was a boss somewhere in the Gambinos, or I'm pretty sure it was the Gambinos.
A lot of the hitmen were like contracted. They weren't like made men. Now, some made men would have to, they would go do their dirt, but a lot of the hitmen, like
made.
They were just contract killers.
Yep.
Whether they were Irish, Jewish, Polish, whatever.
But is it your father? You have to be 100% traceable to Sicily or some shit like that.
Your bloodline has to go, and I'm sure they loosened up as time went on. But because my buddy's grandfather was an accountant for the mob, and he was just like a mobster, but he was not a made man. He did his prison time just like now my neighbor was a made man. Both of them, like the father and the son, were both made dudes, and they both did prison time.
Shit. See, I'm sure there was in Pittsburgh, just not really known.
They're everywhere, dude. Because it's like you have a boss in Pittsburgh, you have a boss in New York, a boss in Philly, a boss in Chicago, Polish beer, a boss in Poland.
Cold beer for working, man.
Cheers. Dems. This is for you, man. You are the working man.
I'll toast up some. There we go.
Yeah, man. But nah, see, I'm so fascinated by the Iceman. Just the way that he has a moral sense, yet he's so immoral. Society shuns him for being a killer, but he's probably one of the most moral people where he doesn't make fun of fags. He doesn't steal people's money. I mean, that's pretty moral, man.
Yeah, I
Takes care of
forgot
his
about that
family.
money part. I
He,
forgot
he
about he
wasn't
did
he wasn't
that.
banging broads. You know, he wasn't like those mobsters that was out banging broads. He was a family man. You
Big
know,
time family man. That's why everybody was like floored, like in his family. It was like, what the fuck? That's why that reminded me because I don't think I'm gonna get a response. But I wrote to BTK like 3 months ago because
ooh,
somebody one of the
Dennis
groups, some
Rader.
address to like where you can write to him, and they were showing they got a response, and I'm like, no way they got him to respond. So I
That's
wrote.
Dennis Rader, bro. Holy
Yeah, I
shit.
did it just to see. It's been like I said, it's been 2 months. I'm
Dude,
sure.
he's a sick. No, but that dude, it might take a year. You know how many
True,
letters that dude gets?
true.
But you
Because
know
this
what?
person got a response and showed that, like, put the actual letter he wrote back, and I'm like, no way.
Well, Gigi Allen used to go visit John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, I heard that, man.
You know what? You know what John Wayne Gacy said about? He goes, "He's a nice fellow, but he smells like piss." That's what Gacy said about Gigi.
I just watched him on Jerry Springer, Gigi Allen. That dude was crazy.
And well, listen, if your mother names you Jesus Christ, I think your life's going to be a little strange.
What? That was his name?
Yeah, he changed it. He legally changed it. His mother named him Jesus Christ Allen.
What? I didn't know. I don't know that much. I just know he was a crazy punk rock icon, dude. So
Mom was weird.
Yeah.
I get recommended shit from him all the time in my video feed on YouTube, and I seen he was on Jerry Springer. It was just a thumbnail, and I'm like,
And he's on, there's another show he's on, like, I don't know, Sally Jesse Raphael, or there's another one that's fun where he's like, I'll steal your children. And
I forget how the whole sentence went, but he's like, yeah, at my show, you might end up catching a piece of shit in your face. Like, really? I'm like, yeah, that's normal. Get banged with a turd. Cool.
I saw a thing on YouTube. It said Eddie Trunk disgusted by Gigi. And so I had to listen to Eddie Trunk talk because they did a Gigi Allen documentary on Showtime. So, you know, Mr. Glam Rock Eddie Trunk, Mr. Motley Crue watched and he's like, he was shocked. Like, I can't believe it. Oh my God, that was just a disgrace.
Dude, I mean, he was insane, man.
Well, you know what? There was it was Gigi, man. That was him. There'll never be anybody like that again because if there is, he's copying them. You know, I mean, Gigi,
like in early '90s, huh? Like through the '90s.
well, he started in the early '80s.
Okay.
You know, he really like, and you know what's cool is, you know how I keep singing that song "Up Against the Wall, Motherfucker." That's this guy David Peel who put out a record. Like I don't know if it was Gigi's first record, but he had a label called Orange Records, and he put out one of Gigi's records.
So yeah, I just assumed because it was Springer and it was '90s. But
No, Gigi was around. What, Josh? Early '80s he started.
Yeah, I've been around for a while.
Yeah, like '82. I think he started with his first 7-inch or tape or whatever.
And how were them? Who was the dudes you tried setting Dankus up with? How are they affiliated with him?
His brother.
And that was the Murder Junkies.
Yeah, they're pieces of shit. Yeah, we blew him off stage twice.
You'll get it. You'll like to hear this joker. I've been real into the shoot interviews with wrestlers from like the '90s. It's called Shoot Tube. I don't know if you've ever seen it, dude.
No, I've never seen that.
Check it out, bro. Like, I've been binge watching. They have like people talking about the Ultimate Warrior and shit that happened. It's all behind the scenes
Like
shit.
like old school wrestling, like '80s, '90s, like the good stuff.
Yeah. And then, dude, you want to hear something tripped out? You remember Luna Vachon?
Yeah, she died.
That's who my mom's roommate was, dude.
With Moolah?
When my mom was doing her shit with the wrestling, she used to go around and hang out with Luna. That's who she was like.
Is like an icon, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude. Swear to God. So then I'm watching all these shoot videos with talking about Luna, And that's who my mom was like down there with
No.
during like training and all that.
I don't know if your mom, if you guys got Showtime, but there's like on
Yeah, she's
Vice.
been watching that Vice thing on the wrestling.
Yeah, there's a Moolah
Yeah,
one.
she watches it. Yeah, she's pissed about it. She didn't like it.
I didn't like it either, man. I thought they portrayed her in a bad light. She was a businesswoman. She was trying to make money for herself, just like Vince McMahon, just like any other promoter. And they made her look like, oh, she's a pimp. She stole money. Well, if you weren't with her, she wouldn't get booked. So of course she took 25%.
Why not?
A little high, but hey, listen, it's if you don't like it, go somewhere else.
From everything I've learned by watching these interviews, dude, the whole wrestling business
it's
hard
dirty,
and
dude. It's
dirty and yeah.
It's dirty, dude. The wrestling business started at a carnivals, so it's just like that's how it started, and it's just a dirty fucking scumbag business, just like any other form of entertainment, though.
Like, did you hear about what Ultimate Warrior did for the SummerSlam? He pretty much
held him up. Like he said, I'm not going out there if you don't give me $500,000 or like $1 million.
Yeah, I want it before I perform, and he got it. But then he got fired the next day, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't have given him the check. I would have stopped payment.
There you go.
See, Josh, you know business. You know how it goes. You pay the guy off, and then you stop payment on the check.
That's it. In all reality, back then, do you think he would have been running that check that same day? I don't think so.
Like,
probably
you think he had like a checkbook at the fucking at Madison Square Garden?
Vince McMahon? Yes, I do.
Yeah, he probably gets top 40.
He's a sneaky, shady bastard, but he is smart, man.
But dude, you know what? He's just like any other businessman. If you look at any fortune that's been made, it's all on just fucking stepping on people's blood and bones and bodies.
He pretty much went in and took over and bought out all the territories. I mean,
like when I was a kid, I used to love the territories, man, because like I found a channel.
That was before my time, man. I mean, it sounds like it was so cool then.
Like I didn't have cable or nothing, but I found this because they used to have UHF, which was like you had regular TV and then UHF. And on this one channel, they had wrestling from all the different territories. So I got to know like all the guys around the country, and then they'd come into I'm like, hey, wait, that's not that guy. That's and but it was so much fun because like when the wrestling was different in Florida than it was in Memphis, than it was in California, than it was in New York, and it was different and it was fun. But then Vince McMahon took over and everything became the same and it got boring.
What is it? KSWA or WA is what's here in Pittsburgh. They're a big wrestling association. They go around like Millville Days. They'll be here wrestling, and they wrestle at this fire hall and
this high school.
Yeah, the old school way. But check it out, Joker. You'll love it, dude. It's called Shoot Tube. And then there's Jim Cornette got his own channel. It's called the Jim Cornette Experience.
Oh, I watch that all the time. I love Jim Cornette. And I like this. Bruce Pritchard has one. It's called Something to Wrestle. Something to Wrestle With. I love all that shit, man. I love hearing the backstage stories. And like sometimes you hear like guys talking like, oh, this guy got into a fight or I got into a fight with this guy. And
story. Did you ever hear the Flight from Hell story?
What's that?
Look up the Flight from Hell story.
Oh, I know that one, man. I'm surprised that they didn't fly out the fucking plane because like Brock Lesnar or something tackled somebody into the door.
Dude, it was weird because it randomly popped up in my feed. It was the Ultimate Warrior. It was like an 1.5-hour video of him just bashing Hulk Hogan. And since I watched that video, all these shoot tube videos keep popping up, and it's Shawn Michaels or Bret Hart. And it's like people I grew up with. Yeah, he got his own podcast, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He's actually really good, man. Like he could do like legitimate interviews, like with non-wrestlers if he wanted to. Like he's really good. He interviewed Josh one time. It was crazy.
It was a good interview, man. You know what?
So, Josh, when are we going to build this still? When are we doing it?
I don't know, man. We're going to build it, though.
All you need is a copper coil.
That's it.
Stay in your own shine.
I've been watching moonshiners a lot lately, so I've decided I have to make moonshine now.
See, like Josh, I made my own liquor. If I can do it, and I'm the most retarded person you've ever met that isn't actually retarded,
Yeah.
you can do it, and you can do it 10 times better.
Oh, that isn't actually retarded? I was going to say Dean, but...
No, he's retarded.
Yeah, he's fucking retarded.
He's retarded.
And the deadbeat dad. Can't forget that.
He's still around?
No.
Oh, well...
Oh, yeah, he came, like, we did a fake last, like, well, at the time it was very serious, and we were very serious about it, but it was the last drunk news ever, and then Dean came on and told us how successful he was, and he outlasted us, and he's a success because he has 6,000 subscribers, and he's homeless, and he's a deadbeat dad. So how's that a success?
Yeah. Wait, he's got him on drunk news?
No, he just like typed it into the comments.
Yeah, he
after the video.
So he is out there lingering.
And you know, if people don't realize by now that whatever Josh and I do is like a total goof, like if we say something, we're gonna do the exact opposite. You know, we're like, okay, last drunk news ever, and we're like, no, well, we're back.
Heroin joke you did about the 21 cocks. He went off on somebody's channel, really like making like, and he said he did it, and blah, blah, blah. I'll never forget that. Like, dude, really believed it? Are you kidding me?
What about joking about the 27 cocks?
Yeah, I forget whose stream he was on, and he was going off on a tangent about all of us. And then he got to you, and he brought up that, and was like, and he actually admitted to it. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Like, a joke I made about because it was laughing about it and making jokes.
I wish it might even be Pet Monsters. It was somebody's live stream. It wasn't
it was like either Granny Monsters or Pet Monsters, probably.
Yeah. And he was straight up, was like, he admitted to it, and that's disgusting. I would never even, I'm like, He can't be serious right now. And he did. He went off in some long tangent.
But that's funny. Like that's how you know you got under somebody's skin.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
shut up.
You know, let me see if I can find it. I was just on my Google Voice the other day, and I didn't know you can get text messages. And that time we prank called him.
Really?
Yeah, we prank called him. I guess he texted that number. And I just seen it like a week ago, maybe.
That's hilarious.
And it's all him saying about he lets his kid use the face. Dude, hold on. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
What he said about how he loves his kid? You said?
Yeah. Hold on.
Was that after the deadbeat dad comment?
Something like yeah. Where is?
Because I remember he goes, "Me and my baby's mama were laughing about that." It's like, motherfucker, you ain't even allowed to see your son.
Yeah.
You're lucky you're not in jail for not paying.
If you got that phone number, give it to me again. I'll call him right now.
All right. Where is it? Well, my computer.
Before we jump off the stream. Oh no, I want to leave that on for a little bit actually. Let's see that.
Why is it taking? It's loading up. Jesus, there it is. Okay, hold on.
Take your time, homie.
Here it is. I suppose you're going to say you don't have my number and my kid's mom told you it wasn't me. I let my son use my Facebook page because I don't want him to have one. And you started in with the weird shit anyway. I heard his voicemail. You can't deny you haven't called. And TDM's video is in the place I heard you ripped Granny Monster off. Never mentioned it except till today when he told me TDM got it wrong. Josh, call me, not my kid. I ain't going on your kid's channel, so stop. Get a life.
Kid's channel? What's he talking about?
I guess he heard about kid. Dude, this was on June 24, 2017. I just seen it. Like,
what's the phone? I guarantee that phone's disconnected. What's the number?
207 505
505
1449.
Oh, hold on.
That ain't gonna work.
Well, no doubt.
It ain't gonna work.
But yeah, that was when all that shit went down when Granny Monster was supposed to come, and they like tried forcing it on me. So to look bad, she went and said that Pet Monster paid rent, and I never let her go.
You said it was 1449?
Yeah.
Real quick. Let's see. Guarantee that shuttle. Oh, it's somebody else's phone now. You know it.
Hello, you've reached Jim.
Yep, somebody else's phone now.
Yeah.
Jim, come on now.
Sorry, Jim. We
were trying to fuck with somebody else. We weren't trying to fuck with you, Jim.
Nah, we'll leave Jim alone tonight, you know?
Jim, you're a good dude. You're a good dude, Jim. We got nothing against you.
Jim's probably just a working man, working hard.
And you guys see the Frisbee golf players rant on me? Like, I mean, this was a while ago, but it's been so long. A couple months ago, I forgot I was logged in on my one thing, and I went on and commented, and he tried making like I was trying to hide it. So I'm like, wait, what? So I went on my real one because he was going off again about, I guess Joker said something about a band. And he's like, oh, no, you over there in the DNN crew. And he started with the whole crazy shit.
How many people have gone crazy over the DNN? It's hilarious.
Dude, Joker or disc golf or Frisbee golf, dude, went, I think, the craziest.
Yeah, he's taking knives, going like this, and saying all our names.
Yeah, dude, and I guess I was watching. he had a live stream and was going off about trolls again, playing disc golf while he was streaming. And I seen Darren was in the comments. All Darren said was, you really gotta wait, you're still upset about these trolls. You really gotta stop. Dude, he got so pissed he whipped the disc golf. Or the disc right at the camera, came up to clenching his teeth and was like, you're lucky I don't want to break my teeth. And he was like clenching his teeth.
Oh, dude, I want to go on a stream and say, you suck, your band sucked.
Oh, dude, I've never seen a dude get so pissed about trolls in my life.
Bro, that guy's got some mental problems, I think.
He needs some medication.
I
guarantee you he's like a short guy. And if he was in your face, he'd be like,
hold his forehead down.
Yeah, because like what you gonna do when I put my fucking arm out and like put it on your head and you're like running trying to get me and I'm just like this,
swinging,
holding you back.
I kind of feel bad for him in a way because you can see he's always by himself.
So yeah, but you know what? Don't be an asshole.
Yeah, why are people usually by themselves?
True.
They're an asshole.
Look at me, Dems. Look at me. I'm always by myself. You know why? Because ain't nobody want to hang out with me. I'm an asshole.
Huge asshole.
Yeah, but you remember the knife at the camera? But he was so pissed. You're lucky I'm kept in here.
He was saying me, and she was saying Shane and Joker, Josh, and Dem.
I remember I was literally crying from laughing so hard. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this dude's really doing this?
It's fun to watch somebody mentally break down right in front of you.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
Dude, it's just the faces he was making is what was getting me. Like, his eyes are all... Like, dude, you're trying to be scary on the internet?
Josh, you attract so many fucking weirdos.
Mm-hmm.
I think I messaged you, Josh, about seeing Dankus.
Yeah, you did.
Where'd you see him, Dems? Where'd you see him at?
Down by the Strip District, dude. He's still doing his Uber thing. And I'm pretty sure he's seen me, dude, but he was like gone. And I'm like, holy shit, that was that Dankus, dude. That was another one. Drive-by film in the house.
That's crazy, man. That's
dude,
crazy.
As soon as I see
Josh,
there he was. I'm like, no way. Is he really doing that?
Josh, I want to drive 5 hours and watch you film. I'll just sit here.
No. 7 hours. 7 hours to watch me film.
7 hours to watch you film. I'll just sit here. That's a fucking weirdo. That's a fucking weirdo, man.
Dude, and then he got all crazy because we live in the same neighborhood and you're not getting my back. And I'm like, dude, I don't want nothing to do with none of this. One, and I don't know you. I don't
It's
give
like
a shit.
fucking weirdo.
Dude, he was like calling me and shit. And then I'll never forget, he's seen us announce Josh's Metal Monday on Facebook. He was streaming when he seen it. You gotta be kidding me. He starts lighting me up in the messages. What the hell's wrong with you? That was so funny. It's just scary, dude, because the only people like that I've met like in person from online that wasn't like insanely weird was Pedro and Misty.
Well, at least you met one.
Yeah, that's true.
T-Wolf and his wife were pretty cool. They showed up. They were normal.
At least you met one chick.
I remember the dude in Cleveland too. He was cool, but it wasn't a chick.
I meet all kinds of people off the internet. I met everybody.
I remember when T-Wolf showed up, I was like, oh boy, this is weird. But he was cool.
Ah, man, you just give him a guitar and a drum kit and a microphone.
He seems like he'd be cool to burn one with or have a beer or two with. That dude got to live the road life, man. That's badass.
Mm-hmm.
It always just seems so cool to be able to do
shit
that.
gets wild on the road, man. I mean, it gets like, it gets crazy. Like you're on the road after like 2 days, you're in the world is different. You're like, you'll be driving and everybody's going to work and you're just like, we're going to play a show, and you're like, and then you're like, you're like at the 7-Eleven or whatever, and you're all just grimy and you stink, and you're like, and you just get into this frame of mind where, like, you just don't you just laugh, like you look at your buddy, and all of a sudden you start laughing, and then people start doing stupid shit. The boys start doing stupid shit, and it just gets crazy. And it's fun, but
oh yeah.
I think it's so cool. Each show is like a different, like, it's a job, but it's like each show is different. You got to make sure you got enough for gas and food. And
that's the thing is, being able to survive from show to show. That gets hard. That's the hard part. Sometimes they're like, oh yeah, here's drink tickets and $20. You're like, okay, we can get gas and sleep in the van tonight. Or they'll be like, here's $100. Cool, we can get a hotel.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be thinking more for beer or weed.
No, well, like I was the only guy that was, into that stuff, and I did very well. I always had weed, but I didn't have it on me. But I always, wherever I was, I got to smoke weed, and then I got the drummer into drinking. So then we would like sit in the back and we'd get like a case of beer and just like drink, and then when we get into the hotel room, we just, we used to, whatever band we were touring with, we just get like, I don't know, 230 packs. And, one room was for hanging out and partying, and the other room was for the pussies that were like, I want to lay down.
Oh.
Gotta rest my voice.
Oh yeah, I need tea and lemon and honey.
Oh boy.
That was where I was going with. What's that?
I was gonna say, don't forget about Game of Thrones.
What?
I never even. Is it over after?
That's a fag show. Let me tell you, that's a fag show. They got a midget.
I haven't seen one episode of that.
It's about like kings and queens, and it's for frags. You can't have a midget in the show and have me take it unless it's tattoo. The plane. Does that guy in Game of Thrones go the dragon? Because fuck that midget, man. If you're not calling the plane, I don't want you on my TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's like a midget tossing scene or something, or you're a midget wrestler. That's it.
That's all that mystical dragon shit, ain't it?
Yeah, that's like that. You know what that is? That's like that mystical heavy metal Dio fucking war shit.
The enchanted forest.
Faggots.
His trusty steed.
You know what? if Clint Eastwood went in there, he'd just be like, pow, 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 blasting motherfuckers. He wouldn't worry about no horses and sword fighting. He just start shooting niggas. Pop, pop,
Word. Just pop
What
on.
is 44?
What happened?
But all right, gentlemen. Well, I'm gonna actually get ready to jump off here. I gotta get up and be at depot at 6. So
All right, boys.
jump on and say what's up. It's been a while. We gotta do this again soon, man.
Glad we did this, Stems.
Right
Josh,
on.
Right on. You guys
glad
be
you
safe,
jumped
all right?
with us. And I'll see you boys later.
Eat it
Hell
good.
yeah. Be safe. Peace.